I couldn't believe people were unhappy with my opinion on loot boxes
Not even 5 seconds in, and already spoken like a true egomaniac. What a great start.
in in this game. So I wanted to address this. I disagree with
Classic Asmongold moment, by the way, here. Obviously, how dare you, stupid non millionaires, say anything against Asmongold's opinion? How dare you think not exactly the way that Asmongold does? Because you just don't understand this, do you? Asmongold just perceives the world in such an amazingly better way than everyone else that he cannot be wrong. He just cannot be wrong. When is the last time that Asmongold said anything stupid, wrong, or just had a bad take? Absolutely never. Well, at least that's what Asmongold himself would say. Dude, this is just classic Asmongold arrogance. 10 out of 10.
Asmon's opinion on the matter of Overwatch 1 loot boxes. Yes, it is true that you could buy loot boxes in Overwatch 1, but why would you? The rate at which you earned loot boxes from just playing the game was so frequent that buying loot boxes with IRL money was legit only done by actual troglodytes.
Okay, so this statement right here. First of all, calling everyone who buys loot boxes troglodytes, a little bit harsh, I would say. But second of all, this is a completely personal opinion based on absolutely no statistics, no facts, no nothing. Just your personal anecdotal experience. Some people will say that Overwatch 1 loot boxes were not fast enough. Some people will say that they were 10 times faster than they should be, and some people will say that they needed to be 10 times faster than they were. This is completely personal opinion, which makes this anecdotal.
Let me rephrase that for you. All gambling is legit only done by actual troglodytes.
Ouch! Calling a lot of people subhuman there if we're being real, Chief. That's pretty harsh.
Yes.
Wait, just maybe, there would be less people gambling if Asmongold did not pussy out of debating Ted Cruz. Maybe, just maybe. But, alas, we will never know because Asmongold decided to say, I'm not an actual debater, so, I'm not gonna do it. Pussy.
That is crazy. It took a while to level up. Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, yeah, of course this is true. But is it fair for the troglodytes to get farmed out for gambling? I don't think so. Let me see here. It's actually true about the loot boxes in Overwatch 1, though. If they were so prevalent that you didn't need to buy them, why were they selling them?
That's kind of I wouldn't say dumb argument, honestly. It's kind of an irrelevant argument because if we look at the situation about marketplaces in games, in all honesty, if a game has enough players in it, you can sell something that has absolutely no impact in the game, outside of the game, and has absolutely no use, and it can cost, hundreds, if not thousands of bucks, and someone will still buy it. And you know why? Just because they can. There's always going to be someone who buys that something that's placed into the shop, even though if that's a thing placed in the shop is completely worthless. It's just how people work and how life works.
I mean, are we really? Are we really gonna play? Are we really gonna play the game? We gonna play this stupid fucking game, huh?
I have no idea what game he's talking about, but I have been told that this is a completely, once again, retarded Asmongold take. And it looks like it because, he only does this kind of thing when he's absolutely dead on 100% convinced that everyone is wrong except himself. So, this is probably gonna be absolutely wildly out of touch.
Why not sell them? Because they're loot boxes.
That's not an argument.
And so let's go back over here. If you wanted an all event, you almost had to buy them. Oh, I'm sure. Let's see here. I played Overwatch 1 from release, and in the launch of Overwatch 2, with frequent breaks from the game, I've successfully earned about 70% of the cosmetics available, just from playing the game, without using a cent on loot boxes.
Cool.
Yeah, they want money.
Wait, what?
And how did I manage that? That would be because of the amount of currency that you earn through duplicate items would be generous enough that you'd steadily rank up enough currency to just buy the stuff you want. Yes, I know that. That's how I bought the Overwatch, or sorry, the Roadhog skin I have. Whenever a new event would release, I would have enough currency to just buy all of the new skins. It was without a doubt absolutely the more consumer-friendly system compared to the bloated prices and Battle Pass that they have in 2. To unlock a new legendary skin in Overwatch 1, accounting for the worst possible loot box RNG, it would probably be about 2 to 3 weeks of playing the game at a decent amount of hours per day. Now, to unlock a legendary skin...
I don't like these arguments, honestly. No wonder he is trying to destroy the guy who posted, because everything this guy currently is saying is 100% comedic, only self-serving experience. What does it mean, a decent amount of hours per day? Honestly, a decent amount of hours per day spent in a game for me is 2 hours max. 1 is okay. 2, pretty much I'm capping out.
And while being free to play in Overwatch 2 would require you to play the game every single week in order to complete the weekly quests. The amount of time that it takes to complete these varying on skill, but even doing that, it still takes 8 plus months to unlock a single legendary skin.
Oh yeah, if you haven't heard about this, Overwatch 2 is absolutely... It's called free, but the reality is, if you want anything in the shop, grinding will take literally tens of thousands of hours, or, months of play, if not years of play to unlock without paying for it.
I understand the game is free to play now, but requiring 8 months of constant play to unlock a skin is downright predatory.
True?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing this is where people are starting to obviously see problems with asmongold's logic. Okay, I can already tell you, by the way, why asmongold thinks that 8 months of gameplay is not predatory. Because you need to just understand how asmongold lives his life. Asmongold is one of those people who has the out-of-touch idea that, hey, if you don't like a game, just don't play it. He doesn't understand the fact that, if we don't like a game and we actually buy it, that's like 50, 60, depending on the platform, depending on a lot of different factors. That could be a lot of money. Obviously, for a multi-millionaire like Asmongold, $50 or even $6,000 is literally peanuts. It's not even worth considering that is real money. So he obviously doesn't care, and he spends a lot of his time literally playing video games. Again, most people nowadays are spending people in the age bracket of 25 to 30 are spending roughly, 1 to 2 hours per day spending video games, and then they need to do actual other real life things. Asmongold doesn't give a shit about it. So this cost-sunk fallacy doesn't actually apply to him, because he can play literally for 16 hours per day or per 2 days, while playing 16 hours a single game for a normal person is a whole week. And then deciding, you know what, this game sucks, I'm gonna move to the next thing, is 1, a waste of money, 2, a huge waste of your free time that you're not getting back. So for him, actually, spending a month playing a game to get a single free skin is not the same for everyone else.
No, it's not. I think this is outrageous.
The fact that it actually takes that long, actually longer to get a single legendary skin, that's actually outrageous. And it is 100% predatory.
It is not predatory. It just sucks. El Asmon makes them harder to get. I have no problem. I don't know why people take the L. Why would I take an L? This is a stupid argument. Loot boxes are predatory and they prey on people with gambling addictions.
Yes.
That's infinitely more predatory than saying somebody they can't get a shiny skin unless they play the game for a while.
Okay, first of all, 8 months is not just a while. 8 months is a very, very, very long period of time. But second of all, okay, I also know perfectly what's going on in Asmongold's peanut-sized head. So, the way Asmongold actually understands things is mostly through YouTube videos. This is usually what happens. Bellier makes a video that is semi-reasonable and has some semi-smart things in it, and after that, Asmongold watches the video and just reverberates all of the crap in that video for like a month straight. This is how Asmongold thinks. So he's calling loot boxes predatory, but he's not calling this predatory. You know why he's not calling this predatory? Because this is something, everyone in the gaming sphere probably knows about loot boxes being designed specifically to encourage people to gamble and get them addicted. That is true. And most people know that. But the thing that most people do not know, because this is not talked about, I honestly don't think I even have seen a single video about this, is the fact that, these legendary skins that are rare and hard to acquire and take an extremely long time, that is the same predatory concept as loot boxes. Because this loot boxes are gambling addiction, but these skins that are hard to acquire and they are rarely available is impulse manipulation. And no one makes videos about that because this is way harder to understand than loot boxes. But a very good example of impulse manipulation is what EA did with FIFA packs, where they specifically chose people who don't have expensive cards and put them up against people who have the expensive cards, and then they lost only because the opponent's team was just blatantly stronger because of the expensive cards. This is called impulse manipulation, and it also applies to skins and things like that, because when you see something out of the ordinary, you instantaneously pay attention to it. So Overwatch could have technically most likely be using some kind of matchmaking algorithm where people with no skins are actually paired with people with expensive skins, so they see the expensive skins, and that triggers the impulse of these people to want to buy things. You see, it's predatory. The only reason currently he is not calling it predatory is because he's not fucking smart enough to understand that this way of designing the game is predatory. And by the way, here's the super quick, easy, hot take on why this is predatory. Okay. Imagine Blizzard, a money-greedy corporation, makes a lot of money with loot boxes, and suddenly they decide, hey, you know what? We're just not going to make that money with loot boxes. Obviously, they are switching away from loot boxes from Overwatch 1 to the way they're doing things with Overwatch 2 because it makes the same money or most likely more money. It's such a blatantly obvious concept. This is insane.
This is not even a question. It's a scientific fact that loot boxes prey on people with gambling addictions.
Oh,
and if you think that's not,
he's right about that. I thought he's gonna say it's just scientifically proven that this way of Overwatch 2 is less spread. I wouldn't be surprised if he says it. Asmongold has a habit of just saying random shit without any proof and being, yep, obvious.
True, why do you think they hire psychologists to develop these games?
Okay, this is a perfect point for what I said previously. So they hire psychologists to develop something that grabs them a lot of money, and suddenly they're just gonna stop doing that and switch to something that earns them less money? Like, come the fuck on.
Like, it's just, there's no argument about this at all. This is just a stupid person.
Yes, you are.
The Kiriko Witch Bundle is definitely predatory? No, it's not. How is it predatory? You spend money, you get the thing that you spent the money on. How can that possibly be predatory?
Technically, he's actually right about that. If you see the concept of spending money when you know that you're gonna get that thing is not predatory, but everything that is designed in the game because everything designed in the game is literally to push you to the point that you're spending money, and that is the predatory aspect, which he completely does not know even exists. By the way, a super interesting thing would be here to note that, all those movies where it's like, yes, we analyzed your personality and we figured out your 50-digit password from your habits and things like that. Currently, as much as I know, that's impossible. But the truth is, that's gonna be possible someday. And games trying to be predatory against their player bases is currently one of the biggest ways how psychology is being used to manipulate people on mass scale to get them to do what they want.
That is so stupid. Like you don't need you don't need the skin. Because you need there are these OCD Andes that are sitting around and they think to themselves they have to have every single skin in the game.
Yes! Wait, he literally just described Blizzard knows that also people like that exist. I completely forgot about this. Thank you, asmongold, for reminding it. He's completely right. There are actually people with OCD that 100% want to be completionists. It's a thing in every game. And he knows this, and Blizzard knows this. They know that they know that there's going to be an X amount of people who most likely will 100% buy every single skin that exists just because they need to have them. Most likely that will be pretty much the same people who have gotten everything from Overwatch loot boxes by buying them.
Sale whenever no sale before, illegal. Yes, clearly. People just want everything. You don't need loot boxes though, you're right. This was my opinion on loot boxes with Overwatch. Let me make it very clear. I think that you should still get loot boxes in Overwatch 2.
What?
I just don't think you should be able to buy them.
What?
I think that any skin for any price is infinitely better than a loot box.
What?
It's that simple. You should not be able to buy the loot boxes.
What?
Skins are cosmetic, they do not affect gameplay, and if you choose not to buy them because you don't want to spend the money, that is your choice. But every time you do buy one, you know exactly what you're getting. This is fundamentally not predatory. There is never a universe where buying something and knowing what you're buying is equally as predatory as buying a loot box.
Okay, I'll already explain why he's wrong about that, but hold up. He just said one of the most blatantly stupid things possible. An absolute 100% false dichotomy. Every time I watch an asmongold video, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way he's gonna be stupider than the last time. But asmongold, man, he is truly a jewel. Every single time, he just beats the odds. He just says something that makes me think that he's even stupider than before. This is insanity. Okay, so this is the thing, because this is what he said at the start. And I think a lot of people probably missed this. So all of his arguments are based on the fact that gambling is bad, as we all know, right? So he's saying that loot boxes encourage gambling because they are decide to get people addictive and they're predatory, right? So he says that you shouldn't be able to buy loot boxes, but you should still be getting loot boxes time to time. This is just insanely stupid. If you think that loot boxes are bad because they make people addicted to gambling, then you should be against people getting free loot boxes ever. Because here he's pretty much saying that, not the concept of opening the loot box is addictive, but the fact that you buy the loot boxes is addictive on its own. And I'm not even sure that honestly tracks. So asmongold is completely okay with you getting loot boxes slowly trickling down in your inventory and you opening them and slowly getting addicted. But as long as you can't buy them, that's okay. So, you're slowly getting addicted because opening loot boxes is addictive, but it's fine because you can't buy them for money. Dude, this is the most twisted and stupid logic I have heard from Asmon in such a long time. Buying loot boxes is not addictive. Opening loot boxes is the addictive part. How can you fail at something so blatantly obvious?
There's not enough content for loot boxes. Add more content. Retroactively add some of the stuff from Overwatch 1 into the loot boxes. There's a million different ways you can do it.
Aren't they already doing that, though?
That's a silly way to look at it.
True.
Taking away the ability to get something for free and charging tons of money for it is predatory, in my opinion. No, it's not. Because they're also offering the game for free. That's all there is.
It's not even a false dichotomy. It's just flat out stupid and wrong.
To it. They are offering the game for free.
There's a lot of things that are free. And there was a time in life where sports betting sites actually gave you free, like $5 or $10, so you sign in and play, because that's how. And it was free. And you guess what? It was extremely predatory. I think that's legal nowadays, by the way, even. But here he's saying, "Oh, the game's free, so it can't be predatory." Oh my god.
Free. I do not understand the level of, what's the word for this? Derangement that people have to somehow turn a game going free to play and removing loot boxes into a bad thing. You have to be mentally deranged. You are a gold fucking medalist at the Mental Olympics.
No, people have absolutely every right to be mad, because technically, Blizzard. Maybe I'm wrong here, by the way. I could be wrong here, because I don't actually play Overwatch at the moment or anything. I have Overwatch 1, but not 2. So, as much as I understand, they kind of just completely ditched, yeeted, and deleted Overwatch 1, and now it's only Overwatch 2. So, I think the people who played and grinded Overwatch 1 and now are forced to lose everything, and they need to pretty much play, I don't know, for 10 years to get back even the equivalent of 50% of what they previously owned now. That's kind of super feels bad. I think those people kind of do have some reason to be mad. I don't think if these people are mad, they're completely wrong in that case, you know? Blizzard just took away their things they have and said, "Hey, now you need to farm for 10 years so you get like 50% of what you previously had. Or you could pay us extremely exuberant amount of money for it."
This is outrageous. It's common sense. Like, I can't see how anybody would not see this.
Classic asmongold moment. Oh, it's obvious. It's common sense. Yeah, sure.
But we already paid for the game and paid for Overwatch 2 because Overwatch 2 is PvE. Okay, then it's going to come out. Like, I mean, you could make it... Wait. You paid for Overwatch 2 because it's PvE? Oh, so you could say, like, maybe you pre-ordered the game, it's like early access. Yeah, you could argue that, like, the early access element of it is predatory. Sure.
Early access is not predatory. Well, I guess you could argue for it, that's true. Early access, I would just say, is kind of scummy. Because nowadays, let's face it, when the game comes out in its beta format, it's honestly just a done game. Because it will honestly never really launch from that point. The moment it's in beta access and it's available to everyone to download, it's launched. Okay? It's launched.
Because you don't really know what you're buying. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the same with any early access game. But, I mean, I don't really want to get into that. At least you could earn the skins in Overwatch 1 through loot boxes. Now you have to pay $24 for some dumb skin. Yeah, I think paying $24 is better. Absolutely. Because a lot of the people that think that they were spending the money, because whenever you buy a skin, you know what you're buying. You're not spending a unknown amount of money to hopefully get enough duplicate currency to buy it or something like this. You spend your money, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, he's technically right about that, but he doesn't understand that the game is literally designed to be predatory, to push you in buying things. Like, again, 2 or 3 years, and there's probably gonna be someone making a video. Oh, this was Blizzard's patent for matchmaking, so people without skins are matched with people with skins. It's something we have already seen in the gaming world, and you can bet we're gonna see it again.
At any time, at any point in a video game, if you spend your money and you don't know what you're going to get from that money, it's gambling. And I'm against it. That's common sense, in my opinion.
Technically, yeah, true. But again, it's... Okay, so he's technically right at the argument, but, it's like saying 2 plus 2 is 5 and he magically somehow is right, and he's completely ignoring the fact that he is completely incapable of understanding how he got that result. He just closed his eyes, shot in the dark, and he magically hit something that is a semi-right opinion.
Because the moment that you are okay with any of it, you are okay with all of it.
No, people can have nuanced opinions. People can be against one thing and they can be for another thing. This is a common misconception, by the way, nowadays. I have gotten this a lot. The Amaranth video, for example, when I said something bad about Amaranth, that did not instantaneously mean that I am for her husband. Oh my god, people are so dumb when it comes to this thing. If you're up against, if there's two sides and they are diametrically opposed to one another, if you say that one side is right about one thing, that doesn't instantaneously mean that you're against the other side. You can support one side on being right about one thing, and you can support the exact other side about being right about a certain other thing. If you're supporting one side, it doesn't mean you're instantaneously supporting the other side. If you're supporting one thing, it doesn't instantaneously mean that you're supporting everything that encompasses it.
I think that it is a very, very, very easy line to draw. And I'm surprised so many people can't figure this out. Disagree? You can disagree, but you can't disagree that buying a loot box isn't gambling. It is absolutely gambling. There's not even a question. Not everything's black and white.
That's kind of okay. Let's just make it the easiest thought test possible. Are you gonna call this gambling? Imagine a loot box contains 3 items. You cannot get duplicates, and you are given 3 boxes because you want all 3 things in the loot box. So is that gambling? Sure, you are buying something, and you don't know what you're gonna get. But since you can only get it 3 times, and you want all 3 things, does that make it gambling? Or you're buying something with 100% certainty that you're gonna get what you are paying for? Is that gambling or is that not gambling?
Yeah, there are a lot of things that are black and white. You know what? Like black and white. And spending money to fucking get a loot box is pretty obvious. Yes, the crane game gambling. Yes, it's a form of gambling. Yes, it's clearly a form of gambling.
No idea what that is.
All you need is good luck, and you better. And it's better than paying $24. I'll take. So all you need.
Oh my god! See, this is the reason why some people think that the asmongold is smart, because my god, someone actually unironically writing that in the comments, in the chat. Holy hell. I mean, yeah, when people make posts like this, which is 100% only anecdotal self-experience, and when people are saying, well, all you need is a little bit of luck and suddenly it's not gambling anymore. Yeah, I understand why some people think that asmongold is unironically smart, because when you have when people are actually coming forward with opinions this blatantly moronic, I guess, yeah. I guess anyone can look smart.
Is good luck, and and it will cost less than $24. You know what? I thought the same thing about the lottery. Yeah, that is, guys. Yeah, all you need, that's a gambling attitude. Hell yeah, buddy, let's get it twisted. Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty good. Jesus
That's
Christ.
nuts, man.
Imagine he bans everyone who actually says something smart, but he lets people like this. It's actually a pretty good way to always seem smart, not gonna lie.
Gambling requires loss, but the free loot boxes had none, which is why I think they should add them back. So
No! Again, the concept of opening the loot box, the action of opening a loot box is the addictive part. Buying a loot box is not the addictive part. Opening it is the addictive part. If you add in a game free loot boxes, your whole fucking point of being against gambling is null and void because you are literally for gambling. How can you be so stupid and not understand something so simple?
I have no problem with loot boxes. I do have a problem with buying loot boxes.
And look at his fucking smug, stupid face. He legitimately thinks that he is correct on this. Holy hell.
This is not complicated. This is not a complex
If buying things, not opening things, was addictive, then you know what? Games would not have the currency conversion thing when you spend $30 to buy 3,000 crystals or something like that. That's all to disassociate you from money. If just the act of buying these things was addictive, then the currency conversion would be addictive on its own. But surprise, surprise, somehow magically it's not.
Perspective to have. It's obvious. But you didn't need to buy loot boxes. I think that's the point. They remove our ability to earn in game. If you didn't need to buy loot boxes, then they wouldn't be selling them. Why are you pretending like nobody bought loot boxes?
I don't think that was even the point.
This is insane. Some people didn't, though. So then is Lost Ark okay because some people don't pay to win in Lost Ark too?
I'm actually not. You're completely different. Oh, I can't. I can't. And there's 30 more minutes of asmongold being stupid. You know what? Let's do the classic. Let's just cut this up in a couple of parts. Let's find a good place to stop, and then there's gonna be a new video.
I don't understand. The argument is because some people didn't do it, then it's okay. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect time to stop, and well, there's gonna be a next video. Oh my god, asmongold, you fucking moron.